Hello, my friends. Today is Sunday, March the 9th, and I decided to make a recap of the most popular stocks and indices and commodities for the upcoming week, and I will show you crucial levels and some details what you should be aware of in order to benefit the most from these quite rough conditions of the market.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And on today's video, guys, I will show you a technical analysis on Tesla, Amazon, AMD, Nvidia, WTI, Microsoft, PayPal, Meta, Apple, Netflix, and SPY. And on today's video, guys, I will show you quite different approaches. Some stocks I will explain you from the bigger picture of its movements. Some stocks I will show you from its microscopic analysis. Some stocks will be covered by the Elliott wave theory. Some stocks might be covered from the different perspective of technical analysis tools. And before we dive deep into all of these, guys, please hit the like button for YouTube algorithm. And let's start with the first stock. And let's start with Tesla. And I have to admit that Tesla is in quite rough conditions. Let me turn off all the tools. From its all-time high, it already lost to its current swing low about 50% of its value. And this movement is very technical, I would say. And we are approaching to its lowest point for at least this cycle. And this cycle is nothing else. Let me show you on a bigger picture. Guys, as you can see, I made a lot of analysis on this stock for my Discord members and for my offline students as well. And here I have to admit that we are approaching to its crucial level, to its most important, I would say, level of support from which we might have the highest probability of bounce. And by the way, guys, on your top right corner for now, you can find the link to the recap of my technical analysis on Tesla that I made back in the days, with all the timestamps, with all the details, all the wins and all the losses on this stock that I made before it hit its previous all-time high, before it hit somewhere here, the point on November 11th of 2021. And my win rate on Tesla is more than 75%. That is why, guys, you can rely on my technical analysis as a part of your due diligence. On top of that, if you want to enhance your trading skills, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel and to join my Patreon account, where for the $35 a month you will be able to drastically enhance your trading skills. On top of that, guys, for now I added the gold tier for limited 10 vacant places, and the only difference in between these two tiers is this one. Discord access member will have all the data for the potential trades, for the potential tickers that you should be aware of, but the gold tier members will have the exact setups with the stop loss and take profit orders. They will have the exact notifications when and how they should trade certain asset. On top of that, for each and every member, I will do a weekly 30 minutes Zoom calls in order to answer their question and in order to teach them how to properly use technical analysis and how to be successful trader. That is why, guys, for some of you, this might be a game changer opportunity. And if you want to drastically enhance your trading skills, feel free to invest in yourself. And guys, this is the most recent actions in my Discord group. Take a look right here. First of all, I want to show you that it is only 7 vacant places for the gold tier remains right now. And right here you can see that the most recent actions in my Discord group is following. One of my Discord member upgraded his membership to gold tier, and here's his update. Hello, Andrew. I upgraded gold to gold because I have learned so much in just 3 weeks, and it is absolutely worth it. I really enhance my skills, and it's a pleasure to have you as my mentor who checks my setups, my counts, and gives much input. And I responded to him. Thank you very much. It is only the beginning. I have many ideas about how my gold members can benefit even more. And guys, I made a lot of updates for my Patreons. I made crucial reminders about the events that might drastically impact the price. I made, let me show you, I made quite a few videos on demand on different ticker symbols that I don't publish publicly on YouTube. You can see it is a coin zone, PL, Palantir, MSTR, Tesla, Bitcoin, Teledoc, Porsche, PayPal, Amazon, and others. On top of that, guys, I publish a lot of tutorials with the exact real-time examples how you should or should not trade certain setups. And on top of that, guys, take a look right here. I made even recaps on my tutorials. Here is the result of the actual price action of the setup that I marked previously. And definitely, if you want to enhance your trading skills, guys, you should be a member of this Patreon group, because guys, for now I have only 4 members, 4 active members, and 3 of them are the gold tier members. That is why, guys, when this tier is full, I will close it, I think, forever, and you will be able only to enter my Discord access, which is also extremely supportive for the traders, because I pretty much show all the details about the conditions of the market and the certain conditions on the asset. The only difference is that these people don't have one-on-one 30-minute Zoom call with me, and they don't have the precise setups that pretty much I take. So, and let's begin with the price action itself. Let me zoom into the most recent update, to the most recent price action, and let me switch to, let's say, hourly time frame. Guys, we've almost completed the entire movement to the downside. This count is pretty much irrelevant because of the breakout of its swing low, but the most recent candles, if I switch again to, let's say, 4 hours time frame, we have 2 candles, one green candle pretty much eliminated the previous bear candle, and we have a bullish engulfing candle right here. On top of that, guys, we are still in the range of support. Let me show you that we have several ranges that has a quite substantial range of resistance, and even right here, 246 somewhere here range, we might have another level of support. And on top of that, guys, we've completed or almost completed the entire ABC correction to the downside. This means, guys, Tesla is nearing or already hit its lowest point for the entire retracement from this top that was established on December 17. If you want to know more, guys, please join my Discord group, and there I will explain you more details with Tesla. Let's take a look at the second ticker symbol. It is Amazon. And Amazon, let's zoom out again a little bit. I covered it again several times for my private group, and let me show you one of the latest calls that I made, and it was the call we caught basically the bottom of the third wave. I showed you this confluence in between 0.236 and 0.382 fib levels, and I pulled these fib levels from the different perspectives, and we caught this movement to the upside that brought us up to 5% in just a couple of sessions. And for now, guys, we also have quite substantial movement to the downside, and guess what? According to Elliott wave theory, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and these 2 candles are also quite bullish. I don't want to tell you that this asset will hit its highest point within the next couple of weeks. It will hit its all-time high. But we have to see the confirmation of this movement, and the signs of confirmation is definitely establishing the higher highs and higher lows on a smaller scale. But all these tiny signs like a bullish candle, despite its red color, it is an extremely bullish candle. It is a potential hammer or some kind of pin bar with a long wick to the downside and tiny wick to the upside, which implies pretty much the sentiment behind the scenes where bears tried to push the price down, but bulls regained the control, and they closed pretty much at the same. They closed this candle on a daily time frame pretty much at the same level as well. And this is another quite interesting setup. On top of that, let's take a look at another stock, AMD, and this is quite opposite point of view. Let me show you that it has quite similarities, several similarities, I would say, with Tesla stock. Let's add Tesla stock on this price chart. Let's take a look. What will we see? So quite interesting, but no, they don't have any confluence except quite harsh movement to the downside for the last, let's say, for the last, I would say, month. Let me show you what do we have right here, guys. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 waves with an extension in the 5th wave. I don't want to dig deeper inside these waves, but in general, we pretty much already hit the level of support that this asset had previously, and we have multiple reactions out of $100 mark. On the one hand, guys, it is a round number by itself, but previously we had touched it as a range of resistance right here. Here we broke it to the upside with the conviction of volume. Here it acted as the range of support. False breakout to the upside, moved down and hit another range of support. Here's again, it hit it pretty much to the tick and went lower. Another touch as the range of resistance, pretty much a false breakout to the downside as the range of support, and again we are exactly at this point. On top of that, guys, let me show you on the 4 hours time frame. We have, let me zoom into the most recent sessions. Right here we have higher lows on our side with lower lows on the price action. On top of that, guys, we have quite similar momentum on MACD indicator, and we also have bullish divergence. On top of that, guys, these 2 candles, most recent quite big candles, are also quite bullish, except this, the last one that is pretty much the trading sessions on overnight hours right after the Friday's candle was closed. But in general, guys, this is also quite a bullish engulfing candle. And to be honest, I don't want to tell you, don't be confused, I don't want to tell you that it is the lowest point for this entire retracement. I have to do more detailed technical analysis on this price action, but what I see quite clear that we might have at least a bounce to the upside. And what crucial ranges do we have in order to gain this movement? I will explain you again in my Discord group. Feel free to join my Patreon and benefit out of my experience and my efforts. Let's take a look at another stock, and it is Nvidia. So Nvidia, well, guys, as you can see, we have I made a lot of technical analysis back in the days before it split their stock 4 for 1, and I didn't delete these tools. But at the same time, guys, for now, let me delete unnecessary one. I can see that we have quite basically Nvidia pretty much hit its highest point from this bottom, from its lowest swing low on October 11th of 2022. Potentially we have, according to Elliott wave theory, something like this. This was our first wave, second, third, fourth, and potentially we have the top of our fifth wave right here, or we might have another leg to the upside. That is less likely, but it is still valid, I would say, because internally, guys, let me show you from this bottom. Potentially this is the first wave, second, third, again this might be the bottom of the fourth wave, and we have a diagonal. As you can see, we have huge overlapping structure on the territory of the first one by the fourth wave, and this might be the top of our fifth wave somewhere higher. Let's downgrade the scale. So it is, this count is still viable, but it is quite bullish count, and the bearish count is this one, guys. we already hit our 5 waves, and internally we might have 1, 2, 3, 4, and truncated 5th wave right here. And here we have another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves to the downside. And again, guys, in the long-term perspective, I think Nvidia is at its pretty much highest point right before its major retracement that will last for at least several months. But in the short-term perspective, guys, we have another decent candle, another bullish candle. It is a pure hammer with a quite substantial volume. And let's take a look. Do we have any bullish divergences on just some time frames? Yes, probably we have 2867, 28. No, this one is lower, and this one is higher. Yes, we have just 2 waves. Right here, bullish divergence, and here we have lower lows on the price action. And on the bigger scale, on the slightly bigger scale, we still have lower highs and lower lows. But on top of that, guys, let me do some let me mark these levels right here. If I connect these 3 tops and project it to the bottom, you can see that we pretty much have this level of support as the lower border of the channel. We might have another leg to the downside, but we have to count the waves inside this movement. And how to properly count it, you can also find in my Discord group. And by the way, guys, you can rely on my experience, more than 13 years in trading. And so far, I don't have a lot of community members in my Discord group. That is why my attention is pretty much focused on each and every community member. That is why the sooner you get to this Patreon group, the more valuable information you will have from me personally. And guys, if you have under management at least $10,000, you will easily benefit 1.5% for the first, I would say, week, and you will get your money back for the gold tier membership. So let's take a look at the next ticker symbol. It is WTI. It is crude oil, and I do this technical analysis for another Discord member. And for now, guys, why I decided to cover this asset right here, because we hit the invalidation point for this triangle, and for now, guys, we have more direct potential, we have more direct path to the downside that will hit some lower levels. Previously, from this top, guys, as you can see, we've completed 5 waves to the upside. Then we have first A wave to the downside. This could be a B wave, and the internal B wave was in the shape of this triangle A, B, C, D, E. But with this breakout below, let me show you, below these several ranges of support and this range of support as well, we pretty much invalidated this count, and we have more clear, more direct, I would say, structure to the downside. And potentially it is let's delete this one, I don't need it anymore. Potentially this might be the top of our B wave, and we are seeking the bottom of our C wave. And again, the crucial levels, next crucial levels for the bounce for crude oil price, I will show you in my Discord group. But for now, let's take a look at another ticker symbol, and it is Microsoft. And guys, again, pretty much all of the Magnificent 7 stocks, as you can see on your right side, and I added Netflix in this list. You know that it is not in Magnificent 7, but it is still quite strong stock in general. And all of the Magnificent, pretty much all of the Magnificent 7 stocks already hit its highest point or about to hit its highest point. That is why, guys, in general, the market might see a huge trend reversal for at least several months, and potentially, yes, we are I would say the recession is around the corner. We have to be prepared for this. And for my students, I explain what you should do in order to preserve your capital. But right here, guys, again, let's take a look at its most recent price action. We have the breakout below these several previous swing lows, and it is not a bullish sign. On top of that, guys, as you can see, we have consistently lower highs, and with this breakout we have lower lows. But this price action lasts, as you can see, from basically for almost a year, from beginning of 2024 till present day. It did pretty much nothing. We don't have major movements to the upside. It gained from its lowest point to its highest point for just 19%, and it hovers pretty much sideways. But the most recent price action is not so bullish as well in the medium-term perspective. I drew this range of support back in the days, and guys, take a look right here. This asset hit it twice, and when I saw these two levels, I assumed that potentially we might come back to this range. On top of that, guys, if I clone this line, you can see that we have a pretty much channel, and when you can see this type of movements, we have to keep in mind that this range is a clear range of support and resistance. And we touched it twice right here. And when you can see this type of price action that is pretty much touching it once, twice within a short period of time, and without having some kind of price action to the upside that should retest its upper border. In this case, guys, most likely this type of ranges of support should be broken, and it happened. And as in a textbook, as you can see, we broke it to the downside basically at the end of February, touched it once, again bounced back, touched it twice, bounced back. And for now, I have to admit that even on an hourly time frame, I don't see that this candle, that is quite bullish candle by itself, might be a reason of trend reversal, because it is not in its lowest point on the daily time frame. But at the same time, guys, we can retest this range again in just a couple of weeks. And if it happens, we already have two touches right here. We have decent chances to break it to the upside. I don't think that this will be a major trend reversal that will break its previous swing highs, even this level of about $419. But nevertheless, the upcoming week, in my opinion, might be very bullish. So let's take a look at another stock, and it is PayPal. And PayPal is in quite interesting position, guys. As you can see, I made this breakdown for one of my students in my Discord group, and as you can see, we have some kind of expanding diagonal. We've completed first wave from its swing low on October 27 of 2023. Here is the top of this wave. This is the second wave, third wave, and we are seeking the bottom of this movement to the downside. If you dig deeper inside this movement, guys, potentially, I told to my viewers, I told to my students that this candle pretty much breaks the entire count, and on the highly leveraged market it might happen. But if you switch time frames below your daily time frame, the count might be different, and we already might have the bottom of our fifth wave right here. But if I switch to daily time frame, we can clearly see that from this top we have 1, 2, 3. We are seeking the bounce to the upside to complete the wave 4, and next leg to the downside that potentially hit this range of support that that was drawn by me by connecting these two bottoms. And guys, again, in the short-term perspective, I see its bounce to the upside, but in the medium-term perspective, I would say I prefer to see another leg to the downside that will complete its structure, and then we will have another potential quite substantial movement, I would say, because in this case we have to see the connection of this range of resistance with the price action, and from this bottom, depending on the point where we might land, From this point, this asset might gain up to 70%, depending on the time frames in the next several months. And again, I will show you more detailed analysis. You can find this analysis in my Discord group if you join my Patreon account. So next stock is Meta, and Meta is in quite similar position as other Magnificent 7 stocks. From this bottom, it gained a mind-boggling 730% to its highest point. And so far, guys, this movement to the downside is quite significant. I have to admit that if it starts to break these several bottoms, we will be closer to the confirmation that this is its all-time high. Did it hit somewhere higher? No. Yes, it might be its all-time high, and then we have to retrace, we have to unload this entire structure. And this movement might be quite significant. But so far, guys, we don't have this confirmation. Fortunately, we don't have this confirmation. And again, take a look at this candle. It has quite substantial volume. It has a very long wick to the downside, which means bears try to push the price down, but bulls regain the control. And if I pull the Fibonacci retracement tool from this entire top to the bottom, guys, as you can see, we have next couple of targets that this asset might hit in order to unload this structure from its all-time high that was established on February 14th to this swing low. And the price targets are following. 0.382, as you can see, we already hit 0.236, 0.382 at $654 might be the next price target, 0.5 is another price target. And here is the range with the highest probability of trend reversal, but with not the highest probability that the price might hit it. That is why, guys, you might have from current price, depending on the entry point, up to 5% to the first price target, up to 7.6% to the second one, and up to 10% to the first price target. At the same time, guys, the entry point might not be here. We might see on the Monday's session, we might see movement to the downside, and this will give you a chance to enhance your position by dollar cost averaging to the downside. You have to put your stop loss slightly below this bottom, and the price targets are right here. So you have about 3.5 to 1 risk to reward ratio if you can dollar cost average in your position. But at the same time, guys, I would say all these Magnificent 7 stocks are quite risky because they are scratching their tops. So let's take a look at the next ticker symbol, and it is Apple. What do we have with Apple? Apple is in quite opposite position. We have quite a harsh sell-off that happened at the end of December to end of January for 1 month. And then, guys, it has a quite substantial bounce. And let's do some measurements. Which levels this asset hit right after this retracement happened? As you can see, we have first reaction from the golden pocket range, then we have the breakout slightly above this level, and for now we are hovering. We can basically make this assumption as the channel. Again, wait a second, I don't need to clone both of these tools, just this one. And here we can see another quite interesting pattern, and from one point of view it is nothing else but a bear flag. And let me show you that we might have the same length. If it breaks it to the downside, we might have the same length of the movement that we had previously. But guys, I don't see the proper counts inside the channel, the proper wave count inside the channel. That is why, in my opinion, we have to hit another, we have to have another touch of this upper border of this channel, right after which we might have this breakout to the downside. And yes, more details as usual in my Discord group. And let's take a look at Netflix. It basically lost all the gains that it had back in back in end of January, right after they published their amazing earnings report, and we have quite interesting candles that pretty much absolutely opposite candles with quite substantial volumes, both of them. And yes, Netflix is also in quite interesting point. It's in its all-time high. It gained, let me delete unnecessary tools. As you can see, I also made a lot of analysis back in the days in 2022. From this bottom to this highest point, it gained 521%. But since then, guys, as you can see, it was in the channel. It was hovering for quite some time inside this channel. And for now, guys, guess what? The range of resistance that was the upper border of this channel became the range of support. What does it mean? It means, guys, that potentially we also might see a bounce to the upside. And how high this bounce might be, I will explain you in details in my Discord group if you join my Patreon within the next 24 hours. And for now, let's take a look at the bigger picture of the entire market, and it is nothing else but SPY index. So, and SPY index also reflects pretty much the highest level on market cap of magnificent selling stocks. And let's do some breakdowns from this bottom. This was definitely our first wave, second, third, fourth, and here potentially might be the top of our fifth wave. Or again, we might have another leg to the upside. Let's upgrade this scale. It is not an obligation for the price to hit higher targets, but it can be another leg to the upside. And the main difference is in this price action. We might have potentially the bottom of our fourth wave right here, with the top of our fifth wave, internal fifth wave right here. Or we might have the bottom of our fourth wave right here, with the top of our fifth wave probably right here. I don't like this structure because, well, I would say this price action, this sideways movement in the last wave, last trending wave to the upside is not so common, I would say. That is why, guys, I think we have to see another leg to the upside. But the most recent price action is extremely bearish, guys. Take a look how high the volume of this sell-off is. And yes, again, we have extremely bullish candle that was opened and closed on Friday. First of all, we have a long wick to the downside, and again, it was opened right here. Bears tried to push it down, but bulls regained the control and they closed it even above the opening price of the previous candle. Unfortunately, we still have lower highs and lower lows. This means we are not out of the woods. We have to see confirmation on the smaller time frames. And what are the confirmation for this index? Again, I will show you in my Discord group. So, guys, I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with notification bell. And see you guys next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gone live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just